We got another Dusty to react to, y'all. Someone sent me this video on TikTok a couple days ago, and it was just, I didn't watch the whole thing per usual. You all know that my reactions, I just kind of watch like the first like 30 seconds to a minute. That way the reaction is genuine. But someone sent this to me on TikTok, and from what I can see, this is the current trope that men are running to when they pretty much say, you know what, we're done with women. We're not going to deal with women anymore. And I feel like they are expecting women to just be like, oh my God, like, oh my God, my whole world is falling apart and I'm going to be depressed and I'm going to be so unhappy. And it's like, only women who are pick me's, only women with a low self esteem would ever have that response to men saying that they want to go their own way. They no longer want to deal with women. And it tends to be the women that really feel strongly about men making that decision. Those are the women that the men don't want. The women who genuinely are like, okay, go on your own way then. Like, see ya. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Those are the women that the men typically want, which is why they always do this, because I feel like they want to test the temperature to see how women are feeling. And we're going to go take a look in the comments. And all he did was just pretty much just summing up a ton of men. Barely any women commented. No women were like, oh my God, please don't. We'll do better. Like, no. Men will do everything except become better people. Men will do every goddamn thing instead of doing what they need to do in order to be desired, as opposed to being tolerated. They just want women to sit around and tolerate them. So let's get into this man that can't grow a full beard, okay? This man that has on a goddamn bucket hat. Let's go on ahead and see what he has to say.
Men are finally leaving women behind in 2025.
Finally, well, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Where are y'all? Please, I don't understand. What are you talking about? You're finally leaving us behind. Where did you guys like get an island? Like, where are you guys going? Because I want to, like, can I give you guys like aid to go over to the island? Like, where are all the men going? I want to know so I can get more of them over there.
And it's about to get ugly, guys. I need all my chosen men to please stay tuned to the very end of this video, man.
Chosen men. I need all of my chosen men. So I looked at his TikTok, and this is the best video. This is the best performing video that he has on his TikTok. He has like a ton of like religion and stuff like that. And so essentially, exactly, he wants the chosen Dusties to watch until the end of that video. And he's saying that, you know, it's going to get ugly. The reckoning is going to happen because men are leaving women behind. Oh my God. And please make sure you guys like the live stream. I don't know how many likes are at. It's usually always thin in here on the weekends. So just make sure you give thumbs up, you know, as soon as you guys come in here.
I'm extremely proud of the men that we now have in 2025.
Proud of them for what? For being broke? For being dusties? For being annoying? For being unintelligent? For not having any emotional intelligence? What are you proud of them for?
Because the men are no longer asleep anymore. We woke. We are finally realizing our true identity as a man.
You mean your true identity, meaning that you cannot uphold the standards of which women have not only created for themselves and that you've created for women, but they have outpaced you. They have outpaced you. So essentially what you're saying is men have woken up. We've woken up to the fact that, you know, we really ain't shit. And, you know, we dusty. And women don't want to deal with us no more. So, we gonna go on ahead and we just gonna leave these women alone because they don't want us. This guy is pure dust. Like, if this man were to approach me, if this guy were to approach me, I would pretend to be deaf. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes to 30, y'all.
We finally tapping into our masculinity as a man.
It took you this goddamn long. Patriarchy has assigned masculinity to men since the beginning of fucking time, and you all are now tapping into your masculinity. Well, what type of masculinity is this? Y'all are sassy as hell. Y'all don't have no money. Y'all are broke. Y'all don't like women. I guess a man tapping into his masculinity in modern times is him being DL, him being broke, him being dusty, him having no muscle tone, him not being able to have enough testosterone to grow a goddamn beard.
And most importantly, we are finally walking in the fear and admission of God.
Like I told you, he's one of them religious folk. He's one of them religious folk that he only can have a platform, and he can only make a point if he's touting some type of religion. He's one of them.
As a man. Because I'm here to tell you right now, God is calling all the men to rise up and take their rightful place back on the throne.
Their rightful place back on the throne. What are you talking about? What throne is there? What throne is there? You mean the throne of patriarchy, the throne that still exists, and you guys have done nothing but fuck that up? Done nothing but fuck that up?
Because we're living in a society today where the women were taking over all those years, man.
Sir, I'm going to need you to open up a history book. Okay, I want you to open up a history book, and I want you to type in and look. I want you to go to Google, and I want you to type in what year were women able to vote? What year was grape considered illegal? Women couldn't even get rights until 1974. It hasn't even been a whole 60, 70 years that women have been able to have rights. Women were allowed to get raped by their own husbands since 1993. Women couldn't even open a business account until the 1980s. What are you talking about? You mean to tell me that men held the throne for as long as they did, and after fucking 60 little funky years, you guys are upset? All it took was 60 years for y'all to get y'all panties in a bunch?
The women were in control. The women had the better jobs.
It's amazing to me how men will just come up with shit. Women have the better jobs. Women have the better jobs. The better jobs is because women are getting college educated. Last time I checked, college, both genders are allowed to go to college. The better jobs is because the women wanted to decide to pick up a goddamn book and actually learn something and gain an education in order to make money. What did you all do when women went to college? You all decided, oh, well, now if women can go to college and if women can get degrees, I don't want to get degrees now. I don't want to be a part of this now. So guess what? I'm a man and I'm strong and I'm physically superior to women. So guess what? I'm going to get a trade. I'm gonna use my hands and hurt my back and put my life at risk because I'm a man. But then now you want to say that women have the better jobs. As if you can't go to college, you can't go to college too, sir.
The women were the one that was initiating the divorce.
the women still are initiating divorce. See, this is what cracks me up. This is what kills me about men leveraging marriage. And please like the live, guys. I don't know how many likes are in here, but please go on ahead and press the thumbs up for me. Please press the thumbs up for me. What kills me is that men always try to leverage the fact that they don't want to get married anymore. They leverage the fact, oh, I don't want to get married anymore. I'm not doing that again. I don't believe in marriage. The reason why men don't believe in marriage is because they realize that if they are in a marriage, they will force it. We got to get the likes to like 40. Like we got to get the likes. Let's get the likes to 45, y'all. Let's get the likes to 45, y'all, before I continue. Too many men think that you getting married to them is an excuse for you to just tolerate any old thing, any and everything that they want to do. And so the reason why men are doing this thing where they don't want to get married anymore, they don't want to suffer consequences. They don't want to suffer consequences for their actions. And I was on Threads today and I seen a post where pretty much men like to say that it's easier for them to have a child as opposed to them getting married. And the reason being is because of the fact that it's a lifetime commitment. This is what men are saying. The reason, and a lot of women always ask themselves, well, why is it so much? Why do men have the logic of it's easier to baby mama someone and have a child as opposed to them actually getting married? The reason why is because a man having children is only a lifetime commitment for the woman. Because guess who gets to walk away? The man does. The man gets to walk away. The man only has to, and guess what? The man will literally only have to see the child, what? 27 weekends out the year. And he gets to say that he's a present father. He gets to say that he's an active father when he only sees his children 27 weekends out of the year. And less than that, that's if he actually is getting them every other weekend. He actually is picking them up and seeing them every other weekend. Realistically, it's probably about 20 weekends a year, if we can be honest. So the men, they can pick and choose when to assume responsibility when it comes to their children. When it comes to marriage, they can't pick and choose because they understand that if they pick and choose when and how often they want to be responsible, it will come with deeper repercussions, such as a divorce. Men don't even want to deal with the repercussions that come along with being a father. I mean, they were practically on their knees begging Kamala Harris to get rid of child support. So essentially what men aren't complaining about marriage because they hate the marriage. They're not complaining about that. They're complaining about the fact that they like the benefits and the perks that come along with marriage, and they can't do whatever it is that they want with no consequence. And so it's just easier for them to just have a child and they could pop in and out. We're at 80 right now. So get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. We need to get to like 60. We need to get to like 70 likes. So I'm going to keep this going and we need to get to 70 likes. And if it's not at 70 to my liking, I'm a pause on y'all.
The women were the ones that were leaving until the men finally woke up and said, hey, you know what? I'm no longer chasing after women anymore.
Where is this location at so I can go so they can leave me alone? Please let me know where. Please let me know where the location is where the men are not chasing women. Please. I need to know because I'm not seeing it.
Because I am the prize. Don't you be afraid of.
Why is it always a man that looks like this saying that he's the prize? Like even physically, there is nothing facially appealing about this man for him to even want me to want to procreate with this man. So I gotta have a son that ain't gonna have no connecting beard. I gotta have a son whose shoulders are so narrow he can fit in the entire frame of TikTok. Like, you're talking about the prize. You're not even honorable mention. What are you talking about?
Putting comment below, chosen men, and say, I am the prize. I've been the prize. And I will forever be the prize. Let me tell you something about the chosen men of God. God made the chosen men providers. That's number one. He made us breadwinners. He made us protectors.
You're a breadwinner looking like that. Okay, a breadwinner, listen, a breadwinner would have like gotten something to get all this filled in. Like, you would have taken some like peptide, you would have like done some like follicular stimulation or something to get all this shit filled in. Like, what are you talking about? Provider where? Provider where? Protector where? Like, this has to be satire. Where are the likes at? We got 93 people in the house. Make sure you guys got to hit the thumbs up for me when you guys come in here, please, so we can keep this live going. I don't want it lagging on forever. Let's get the likes to about 70, 75.
God made chosen men the head of the household.
This is the reason why you should not deal with religious men, because religious men, all they're going to do is use Bible ideology, which pretty much says that you're a servant to the man, and that the man can pretty much step on your neck and you can't scream, you can't kick, you can't cry, you can't say anything about it. So yeah, I really wish women would stop falling for the whole trope of dealing with religious men. Religious men are no different than all religious men are con artists. That's all they are. All they are is con artists.
And it seemed like in today's society, the women want to be in competition with the men. The women don't want to play their roles of being a helpmate.
If that was our role, why are you begging us to do it? Like, if that's our role and it's our natural role, why do you even feel inclined to make this video? And he's talking about breadwinners. I say it all the time. Just, this is a statistic of me being generous, but the average man makes $65,000. Have y'all seen the cost of living that a single person needs to make in America currently? I think the lowest amount for you to live alone and for you to like have like a decent apartment, I think like the lowest amount is like $89,000. You're $65,000. You're talking about breadwinner. What are you talking about?
The women don't realize that you came from a man's rib. That's why.
But when he said you came from a man's, like, this is pure delusion. This is pure delusion. When has a man ever given life to anything? When have men ever given birth? Like, the fact that you really are this brainwashed to even believe this, the fact that you really would go into a narrative of fiction, because at the end of the day, the Bible is a fictional book, that you would literally try to use this to your advantage, to think that women have to listen to you, and that women have to be your helpmate, especially looking like that. Especially looking like that. Like, you literally look like you just ran 4 miles and then put a hat on and made this video. Like, is it 90 degrees in that car and you don't got the AC on? You don't got the car cut on at all? That's got to be what it is because, baby, you look greasy. You look greasy. You look dusty. You don't even look like someone that we should be listening to.
God called you guys, whoa, man. You came from my ribs. And I'm not pretending this to all women. I'm pretending this to the majority of the women in today's society.
Not him trying to use semantics. Not him trying to use the semantics of woman. Exactly. WOMB, woman. Because, you know, you came from a woman. You're talking about we came from a man's rib. So did you come from a rib of a man? Last time I checked, you came out of the vagina of a woman. So what are you talking about? Show me the documents where you got extracted from a man's rib. Who is going to tell him that we can produce human without the need of sperm nowadays? And the only thing preventing for now women to just go ahead and self-emanate is XY still being in power. Exactly. Exactly. It's in parthenogenesis is in the Bible. How do you think the Virgin Mary became pregnant? The Virgin Mary became pregnant through parthenogenesis. She didn't need a man. She didn't need to sleep with anyone to procreate. And I am going to talk about that on the spiritual channel about parthenogenesis.
And I'm going to tell you that the men, they're leaving a lot of women behind.
Y'all are leaving a lot of women behind, but the divorce rate is initiated by 70% of the time by women. And you mean to tell me that men are leaving women behind?
Woman is not going to be picked.
Good. Please don't pick us. Please. Y'all can go pick each other. Like, I'm guessing that's what this means. The men are leaving us behind and they don't pick us so they can pick each other. So they can all wear gray sweatpants. They all gonna be on their little island, all wearing their little gray sweatpants to see whose package is the biggest in the gray sweatpants and live happily ever after.
Every woman is not going to be selected.
As if we want to be selected, sir. As if we want to be selected. I cannot get over the fact that men really do sit here and think as if women are just dying, waiting for them to get chosen. And especially by a man that looks like this. Like, what?
And let me tell you, it's about to get ugly. Because haven't you noticed when the man leaves a woman, or when a man leaves a marriage, or when a man leaves a relationship, the woman is no longer the same anymore?
You're right. She's not the same anymore. She never wants to deal with men again. The remarriage rate for women is lower than it is for men because it takes for either him leaving or for her to leave to realize I will never do this shit again in my life. This shit is horrible. Like, the talking points are so weak.
I'm talking about the majority of the women, not all women. Haven't you noticed that?
Once again, first you started off saying that women are initiating divorce 70% of the time. Now all of a sudden women come to these great awakenings when men leave. Well, men are only leaving 30% of the time. So obviously you're not making any points here.
Because the man was the head of the household. The man, he provided, he protected, and the man, he was everything.
So I don't know if you've noticed. But like women have jobs now and women can make money now and women have weapons that they can use. So we don't really need you to like, you know, be a protector and a provider because we can provide and protect for ourselves. I mean, you look like the man that I would want to protect myself from if I'm being honest. Like you look a little scary, sir. You do. You look a little scary.
And it seemed like in today's society, the women, they don't give men enough credit.
For what? going to work and coming home as if we don't do the same thing. That's what they want credit for. Like I said before on the live stream the day before yesterday, men want credit because they fucking took a wrapper off the floor and oh, well, I cleaned up today. Oh, well, what'd you do? I saw a wrapper on the floor and I picked up a wrapper and so I cleaned today. Men want credit for doing absolutely nothing. Men want credit for doing 2% of what a woman is doing 100% of the time. Come on, what are we giving you credit for? Please list the reasons. Please list the things that you have done in order for us to give you credit. And a lot of men will sit here and be like, oh, well, the air conditioning you have is because of men. This is because of men. This is because of men. And the shit costs money. The shit costs money. You all didn't do it for free. You all didn't create this shit for free for it to be enjoyed in order for everyone to have a nice, chill, relaxation, to have a great, easy life. All of these things you created cost money. You took water, a natural resource. Nestle decided, oh, well, let's charge for money, a natural resource. Fruit, vegetables, shit you can grow out the ground. All that costs money. So what are you talking about? So you want us to give you credit. You want us to give you credit for creating shit that we have to work and pay for in order to have access to. And then if we don't have money, we don't have access to it.
It seemed like if you really look at it, every Father's Day, it seemed like the men always get the short end of the stick.
Because you're not being fathers. You're not being fathers. You think your little $100 a week child support check and you seeing your child three goddamn times a month considers you being a father. And you want roses and flowers and dinners and gifts and all these things for that. You're not being a father. Not compared to what the mother is doing. Like at the end of the day, you're not doing anything to earn these accolades. You don't hear the common term mommy issues. You hear the common term daddy issues. And the unfortunate thing about it is that the term daddy issues gets placed onto the daughter. So it's the daughter's fault that her daddy created issues. No, it should be daddy issues because the daddy created goddamn issues.
The men don't get appreciated on Father's Day. But as soon as it come on Women's Day or Mother's Day, the women get all the love. They get all the praise.
Yes. Who is the one that pushed the baby out? Who is the one that pushed the baby out, carried the baby for 9 months, is doing all of the caretaking? This is just nothing but pure jealousy. You are literally jealous. You have touted the Bible for so long that you think that the Bible is real life, and you're upset that you see that the Bible is not real life. Well, no shit, it's a fictional book. When have you seen anything that was talked about in the Bible in biblical terms actually be seen in real life, actually be visualized in real life? You're jealous.
They get all the acknowledgement. But guess what? The men care less about the men, because guess what? A woman will only love a man under the condition he provides.
But didn't you just say that men are providers and protectors, and the chosen men need to watch this video until the end because they're the providers and protectors? So when it comes to men, you're trying to tell men, oh, you're supposed to be the provider and the protector. But now you're mad that women want to hold you up to the standard of being provider and protector. It's crazy how men have no brain cells and that they feel so comfortable thinking that they're making sense making these videos. And then you got men where they got to rub 2 brain cells together to even create a single thought. They are watching this shit, eating it all up.
That man can't no longer provide anymore. I promise you, that woman gonna leave his ass.
You damn right. Absolutely. Just like how men say, oh, well, we want a younger one. Okay, so then when the woman gets a certain age, you'll leave. When the woman gets sick, you'll leave. When the woman is no longer deemed as attractive, you'll leave. All women want is for you to be a goddamn good person. You all are the ones caring about money. And because you all still want proximity to women, women are still being nice enough. Women are still being nice enough to let them have access to you on the premise that you pay. Women don't have to be that nice. Women don't have to be that essentially desperate when it comes to resources. If women had enough money and all the resources in the world, you wouldn't have access to anyone. You should be goddamn happy that women are at least saying, have some goddamn money to even get close to us.
This is why a man should never open up to a woman. Only open up to God, man. Because the minute you open up to a woman, guess what? They're going to use that against you.
Of course. And who do we learn that from? Who do we learn that from? We learned that from men because that's what men do. Men will sit here and be like, "Oh, well, women will use that against you," as if men aren't doing it too, as if men aren't taught to do it. I can't get over the black corduroy hat with the blue and gold summer jersey. Girl, this is a straight up dusty. This is straight up dusty uniform. This is a dusty uniform.
You get into an argument with a woman, they're going to use that against you. They're going to start thinking you weak and you soft.
Yeah, that's right. You are weak and soft because a lot of men can't handle conflict. A lot of men can't handle confrontation. Men's way of dealing with conflict is just for you to shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that. Quit talking about that. Don't tell people that because they don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to be held accountable. And in order to prevent that from happening, they just want you to shut up and be quiet. Money isn't just money. It's a measure of responsibility, accountability, resourcefulness, patience, and discipline. And the thing about it is that men had a head start to be able to have all of the money, to be able to instill the discipline. We live in a patriarchal system. And this is why I say all the time, you cannot sit here and pick apart what pieces of patriarchy you want and you don't want. So you want the parts of patriarchy where women are supposed to be the helpmate, but you don't want the part of patriarchy where, okay, you earn more money than women, you've had access to be able to gain resources longer and sooner, and yet you're still complaining about being used for money. Who created money, sir? Who created money? Who decided vagina is so valuable? Let's start paying women for their vagina. Men did that. Let's get the likes to 110. I feel like we could do that. We got 122 people in here. Let's get the likes to 110. I always say black men's true anger is toward the patriarchy. They take it out on women. Exactly. Most men, even outside of race, average man anger is toward the patriarchy. But because men have been conditioned and trained to pretty much be phallic worshipers and worship other men, they don't even understand that they're getting played by other men. This is why they're always going to blame everything on women. This is the reason why capitalism is never going to go away, because men are too goddamn stupid. Men are too goddamn stupid to even understand that they are slaves to the top 1% men. And they want to get mad at women for wanting the top 1% men, but completely overlooking the fact is that these top 1% men are the reason why you're average, sir. They trained you to be a slave. They trained you to be a slave and an average man to make them rich. So that way they have more access to women. That way they have more access to resources. You're the pawn in the top 1% man's game, and you don't even realize it because you hate women so much. Completely brainwashed. And like I said before, this is why I'm never going to believe the whole thing that men are dominant and men are logical thinkers. No, the fuck you're not. You'll lick the boot of any man. You'll lick the boot of any man that you look up to. You're the one you're the one that's submissive. Men have no problem going to the army, joining the police force, becoming firefighters. They got sergeants. They got all superiors that they have to listen to. They have no problem they have no problem bowing down, pledging into fraternities where they're getting hazed, they're getting disrespected, they're getting talked to down to another man. They have no problem doing that. There is no sector for women where women go to something and women go to an organization and they have to listen to another woman and they have to take orders from another woman. Also, not only our vaginas are valuable, we are valuable for how much we give, our beauty, our creativity, everything. The world is so hell bent on undervaluing us. Exactly. Exactly. Even the creations in this world, they were backed by women. They were created by women and men took the credit for it. My neighbor is an angry man. He was mad that I literally moved in above him. He's emotionally erratic and unstable. Like, what, sir? Like, that's how you know someone is mentally unstable. You're more beautiful each day. In Kabbalah, God is a woman. That's why Jesus is always portrayed with long hair, sweet face, because the real God is a woman. Exactly. And thank you. That's why Jesus come, because these men don't listen to women. So he chooses a man's body. Yep. They do not like the power women are more standing in. It eats at their core to see women stepping up, playing their part better than they can. Yep.
And you ain't this and you ain't that. But the moment you out here making all this good money, the moment you in good health, you in good strength.
Sir, you look about 45. When is the moment coming? When is the moment coming for you to make all this good money? Because you don't look like you making all this good money, and you about 45 years old. So when is the good moment coming? When is the moment you gonna grow your beard in all the way? When is the moment you gonna upgrade your attire from a goddamn jersey? Like, please. The moment must become the moment he's talking about must be the reckoning. He's so religious. The moment must come when the reckoning is going to happen. So when the world is ending, when the world is going to be ending, that's when you're finally going to make all this money and be in good health.
The woman, they know how to play that role. They know how to use that deceptive charm. They know how to use their beauty, which is fleeting every single day. You got to realize, man, that, you know what I'm saying? Beauty, it fades. Women.
Beauty fades, but beauty is the same reason why you're chasing cat all the time. Beauty fades, but men always say that they're physical creatures. No, it's pure projection. You're upset that you have a weakness for something that women can leverage. And it's natural. Naturally, men don't have anything to leverage. Everything that they have to leverage was artificially created. Money was created, resources were created. The only thing that men have to leverage is their physical strength. But men are not communal. Men are not communal. So their one physical strength will not be able to overtake a herd of 50 women. Men aren't going to go out together communally and go do things. Women are. There's strength in numbers when it comes to women. So even then, men, even their physical strength, they don't have it to leverage. Men have a strong disdain, and men have their largest thing with women when it comes to their jealousy. The largest component of their jealousy is the fact that women were born with beauty, and women have inherent value from worth, or inherent worth from birth, inherent value from birth. Talking about women's looks are fleeting. Baby, that beard and goatee is fleeting. Do you know you have 30 minutes? Do you know you have 30 minutes before it's pitch patch all over the place even more? Do you know you have 30 minutes before you have ED? Don't you know you have 30 minutes before you fucking have cardiac issues?
They age faster than the men. That's why men will forever be the prize.
Women age faster than men now. Where's the science behind this? Because women live longer. Women live longer. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? He must be one of them Kevin Samuels. He must be one of them Kevin Samuels watchers. Oh yeah, women's value decrease as they get older. Men's value increases as they get older.
And this is why men are leaving a lot of women behind. And let me tell you, man, y'all think the gender wars is crazy right now? You ain't seen nothing yet. Because it seemed like in 2025, the women are in competition with the men, and it shouldn't be like that.
Baby, it is no competition. It's never been a competition. I could go outside today and literally get a boyfriend if I want to. If I try hard enough, I could go out and get someone to pay for something if I really wanted to. You're going to go outside and try to go talk to a woman, and she's going to start screaming, running away from you for dear life because look at you. What do women have to be in competition for with men? There's nothing that a man has that we want besides your money, and we can go get that on our own. The lies that men will tell themselves to protect their ego and to lie to themselves to feel wanted and needed.
Social media done messed the dating scene up. I'm trying to tell you what's going on.
No, I love how men are always trying to blame it on social media. No. Men being bold enough to get on podcasts, to go on ahead and become content creators and say what they really feel about women. That all it did was it just lifted up the veil of what you all have covered for so long when it comes to your nature and who you all really are. Blame all the podcasters, blame Kevin Samuels, blame Andrew Tate, blame Fresh and Fit, blame all of these men who do nothing but tout misogynistic values. And then you go to their platform. Kevin Samuels has like 1.4 million subscribers. That means that 1.4 million people, and I'd say probably 80% of those people are men. That means 80%. That means that 80% of his demographic of 1.4 million people agree with what he's saying.
Men.
I noticed that too. The fact that he's trying to use mudras with his hands, but yet talking about the Bible. I promise you, he'll yield no results from the fake mudras. Andrew Tate does that shit too. Andrew Tate is always using mudras. If you don't know what mudras are, maybe I'll talk about it on the spiritual channel. But essentially, mudras, like, so your fingers, your fingertips are like electrical conduits. And so there are different ways that you can connect your fingers together, and it can give you like certain like feelings of enlightenment. So like Andrew Tate will do this mudra a lot. You see a lot of like elites do this mudra, because I noticed that too. I'm like, how are you touting the Bible but you're doing mudras?
Men are no longer dating women simply because they realize, why should I go on these different dates? Number one, men are starting to realize, why should I get married? That's number two. Why should I get in a relationship when the courts are stacked up against the men?
Exactly. You just said that you're the prize, right? You just said earlier that you're the prize. Yet you're complaining that if you go on all these dates, you pay all this money, you're not going to get picked. That's why men are upset. Men are mad because men are like, well, if I'm nice, if I pay all this money, if I take her out on dates, she still may not pick me because you're not the prize, sir. You see how that doesn't make sense? You see how you're talking yourself out of your own talking point? It's because you're not the prize. You're not guaranteed a woman liking you just because you were nice, just because you spent money, just because you said all the right things.
Think about that. Do you know how many men have put their blood, sweat, and tears into a marriage? 20 years in a marriage, 30 years in a marriage for
the blood, sweat, and tears. The blood, sweat, and tears is literally him just getting him coming home and having to hear a woman talk and having to have a woman have an opinion about something. Maybe getting cheated on every so often. Where are the likes at? I can't see on StreamYard. The likes need to be at 130. The likes need to be at 130, y'all. Press the thumb for me. All y'all got to do is press that thumb. The likes are free. And I don't have this, I have forgot, but I don't even have this monetized. I don't even have this live stream monetized because I forgot to. So I don't even think it's any ads rolling. I don't even think it's any ads rolling for this live stream either. Give me a second. Okay. I did just cut ads on because I want us to get the likes up. I hate cutting the ads on, but I want to make sure that we have the likes up so that way, you know, we're doing good work here.
it to go down the drain and for the courts to take all their finances.
A man created that. A man literally decided, okay, women are providing for men in non-tangible ways. She's taking care of the home, she's taking care of the child, she's taking care of the man. A man is what created the laws to be as such, because the man that created all that realized, okay, I see the value that women are bringing, and it's non-tangible. And so therefore, because it's non-tangible, I should pay her. You should pay her because she can't get her time back. She can't get her emotional energy back. She can't get her mental mental stability back. She has to start from scratch. The physical things that happened to her with her pregnancy, her stretch marks, whatever issues might have happened down there, the postpartum depression, she can't undo that. She can't undo the experiences that she had. So yes, she should be getting compensated financially. Y'all, I do have ads on. I'm gonna have ads on. I add them every once in a while to the live stream. I know I made a post in the community tab saying that I was gonna add them, but I usually forget. So, but it's only a couple seconds. Y'all will survive.
Take the men's houses that we've built.
Take the man's houses that we built. So the woman just gets the house for free. So you're telling me that in most cases, the unpaid house, the fully unpaid house that the woman gets, she doesn't have to pay she doesn't have to pay the mortgage. The court just says, oh, you owe $150,000 on the house now, and you get awarded the house now. No, she gets awarded the house that she has to still pay the goddamn mortgage on. What are y'all talking about? She doesn't just get the house for free. She still has to pay on the house.
Take the men's cars.
Okay, really? Really? Taking your car? Come on, sir. You're just coming up with anything.
Because it seems like society hates strong men of valor.
Society hates strong men of valor. Strong men of valor don't get divorced from. Women don't leave men that have their shit together, that are nice people, that are decent people. Women don't leave men like that.
But we rebuke the devourer right now in the name of Jesus. Let me tell you what it says in Proverbs chapter 8, verses 4. Because let me tell you something, man. God is calling all the men.
Y'all, he's about to whip out the Bible. Oh my God.
In 2025. This is our year, man. I'm trying to tell you what's going on. This is why you got to continue to build your garden and let the butterflies come to you, man. I don't know what this message is for, but let me read Proverbs chapter 8, verses 4. It says, unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. This is God. Let me read it one more time. It says, unto you, O men, I call. God is calling out all the men to step up to the plate and take their rightful place back at the throne. He said, unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man.
What? He looks angry. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this man looks angry. His face is very tensed up. Like, look at his face there. Look at how tensed up his face is. This man hates women. This man hates fucking women. He needs to go find the man of his dreams.
The men, guess what? They're no longer chasing. We replacing, man.
Replacing, exactly. You're replacing us with other men. All the men are going to go their way, and then y'all are going to be on y'all little island, and we're going to get replaced by men. Please replace us with men. I'm begging you. Please.
Listen to me. Men have finally tapped into their true identity. They finally tapped into their true masculinity, man.
What is this true masculinity? Y'all are sassy as fuck. I'm trying to figure out this true masculinity. So essentially you're saying, you're agreeing with everything that I've been saying. The nature of a man is very weak. The nature of a man is very watered down, lazy, no leadership, no logic, not provider, not protector. So this is the masculinity that he is agreeing with, that is natural for them, that they've tapped into.
Let me tell you, it's about to get ugly.
That's the third time he said that, and he has yet to tell us how it's going to get ugly. He has yet to explain us where is this ugliness going to come from. How is it going to get ugly? Yeah, ashes to ashes. He is dusty dust.
Because women knows that they can't do this without a man. Women need a man to protect them, to provide for them.
Protect us from who? Women need men to protect us from who? Other fucking men. So if you all leave us behind, like you all claim that you're going to leave us, we won't need your protection. So therefore, you're protecting us by going your own way. All the men, round up. I want you to go on ahead and round up all the men like Noah did with all the animals. Get your little herd and stick and herd. Get all the little men, since you're so religious. Go on ahead and herd up all your fellow men and go on ahead and get them on the ark and have them going ahead and go on the ark. So we don't have to worry. That's the best way you can protect us, please. The protectors, the provider.
To lead them, to guide them. And a lot of men are woke right now. They're no longer asleep. And then now it's like you got men being in competition with these dykes. You know,
I told y'all, I didn't watch this whole thing. I didn't know he was going to say that. He is jealous of women. He is jealous of women. Not him bringing up studs. Not him bringing up women that like women. I'm hollering.
keep it 100. That's when you know men are finally leaving women behind in 2025. Because you got to think about it. Majority of these women out here, they starting to like dykes.
And have you ever questioned why? Have you ever questioned why women are choosing to deal with other women at this point? Because I'm about this close. Okay, look how close I am. I'm about this close to just saying fuck it. I'll just get me a wife. I'm literally that close. I'll just get me a wife at this point. Because I don't have all these issues. Like, I don't have all these issues with women. Women have their issues. Don't get me wrong. Women have their issues, but not this shit. Is he going to speak about the men who are dating trans women? Exactly. He is jealous. He is so jealous. And it's so funny because on Facebook, there was a post on one of these pages, and it was saying, like, well, how come women don't require studs to be 6 feet tall, have six figures? And I said, well, because women are naturally generous. I don't have to ask a woman, oh, you want to go out to a nice place for, a nice place to go eat. And then the bill comes, and she's looking at me and I'm looking at her. And no, one of us is just going to be like, oh, okay, on me, or split it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. With men, it's like always something. It's always fucking something with men, no matter what. They can never have anything just be simple, sweet, and calm, and just have like the understanding of like, oh, okay, we don't have to go back and forth about who's going to pay the bills. We don't have to go back and forth about who's going to take out the trash, who's going to cook, who's going to clean, who's going to do laundry. I've even had women as roommates, and not once have I ever had a group of women that I even lived with under the same roof that we even like complained about domestic things. Everything is clean. Everything is fucking taken care of. They have guests come in the house. They let me know that they're having guests over in the house. You come home and you live with a man, you come home, the whole family will be there. His friends will be there. Oh, baby, my homeboys, they decided to stop by. Can you go on ahead and, make that good old pot roast you make with the, with the potatoes and, the mixed vegetables. And you just got done working 8 goddamn hours. Like, it's not with men, it's always something.
Look at that devil.
Not him over here getting mad because women are turning into gender traders.
Why would you want to be with a woman that want to be like a man when you can have a real man? You can have the real deal.
What? Essentially, he's saying, why would you deal with a woman when I have a penis? That's pretty much what he's saying. Why would you want to deal with a woman when I got a penis and she don't? This is how you know men do this shit to themselves. They reduce themselves to money and penis, and then get mad when you only want them for money or penis. And then want to get mad at us when they can't give you money and can't give you penis. Like, so you want us to be in a situation where you're giving us no money, you can't last long in bed, you got a shrimp, and you want us to and then you don't want us to complain about it. And then we're deciding, oh, okay, well, we won't bother you all anymore. We won't complain to you all anymore. We'll get out of your hair and just deal with women. It's no issue. Well, now you're dealing with women. What do you want? Where are the likes at? We got 145 people in here, so we need like 130 likes. Go on ahead, press the thumbs up for me, y'all.
Because guess what? Women been in competition with men for all these years.
I am so tired of this man lying. I am so tired of him lying.
They've been wanting the position of a man. They've been wanting them blessings of a man. Listen to me. Women been wanting to be, hey man, so blessed and highly favored like a man. But guess what? God didn't make it that way. God.
Who can give birth? If women wanted to be blessed and highly favored, how come we were given the responsibility to take care of our wombs in order to be able to create life? You talking about God so much, God didn't give man the ability to do that. If God gave man the ability to have birth, it would be no chill. It would be children all over the place, and they would really be fucked up. They would be having miscarriage after miscarriage after miscarriage. Men wouldn't even get to full term if they were so blessed and highly favored to be given the ability to have children. Men don't even take care of their own health. And you mean to tell me that you're blessed and highly favored as opposed to a woman? No. Men are irresponsible. Men are risk takers. Men don't think long term. So you're not highly favored.
I made the woman to be the man's helpmate. But for some reason, women don't want to play their roles. Women don't want to be submissive no more.
Women were only submissive by force. Women were only submissive because they had no money and no resources. If you took away all of the shackles that chained women to men, it would be the same exact thing. This is what men don't realize. Look at his face. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so tired looking at his face.
They want to be controlling. They want to be the masculine instead of being feminine. You know what I mean? They want to be the masculine energy. They want to be dominant.
Well, yeah, someone has to. Because you already said that men have found their new form masculinity. And this is the masculinity that women are seeing. And that's not masculine. That's more feminine. So if this newfound masculinity that men are in is feminine, so yeah, we kind of have to be masculine.
They want to point fingers. They want to give orders. And then once the man have given a woman everything that she possibly wants, once the woman emotions change and her feelings change, and once a woman got her eyes on another man, or once a woman starts thinking about another man, it's over with. So guess what the man did?
That's life. Nothing in life lasts forever. I mean, come on. This is the thing. Men want to be deluded. Men want to be deluded when it comes to relationships. Nothing in life lasts forever. It may not feel the best, but there's no guarantee that someone's not going to leave you. That's the reason why men try to create all these artificial circumstances in order for you to not leave them, because they want to have it be, they want to force nature. Nothing in life lasts forever. If it did, we would all be eternal and immortal. We're not.
They said, "The hell with you. I'm out."
Yeah. Who cares? That's a part of life. Like, he is so angry. He must have got broken up with.
Because guess what the men are chasing? We're chasing peace, purpose, and passion. Don't you be afraid to put a comment below, men, and say, I'm no longer chasing women. I'm chasing peace, purpose, and passion.
Look at him thinking that he is a pastor reporting from the pulpit of his goddamn car. The pulpit is the passenger side, I see. You ever notice men brag about being the leaders, but they also brag about being the protectors and providers? Protectors, providers have always been a subservient class in each context but marriage. Exactly. Exactly.
So this is what I'm telling the men right now. Get to the bag, kings. Get to the gym and get to the altar. Because your greater is coming.
I can't.
So many men have been lost. So many men, amen, has been broken down into pieces because of a woman leaving him.
But why? But why? This is the part that men never want to say. Why are y'all getting left 70% of the time? If you have a job and the job is paying you well, they're respecting you, they're appreciating you, they're giving you your PTO, they're honoring your requested time off, you're not going to leave the job. The job is close to your place. You know, the job has understanding over a work-life balance. You're not going to leave the job. The same logic would be applied to women in relationships. Women don't stay in situations that are unfavorable. Smart women don't stay in situations that are not unfavorable. So what are you talking about? Why are y'all getting left 70% of the time? Why can't y'all keep a woman 70% of the time? we're going to flip this. I'm not going to keep saying when women are leaving 70% of the time. No, why can't y'all keep a woman 70% of the time? Men have a 30% success rate on keeping a woman. That's what they need to say. Thank you for the super chat, Dulce. Appreciate it. Y'all got a 30% success rate of keeping a woman. That says everything about you. Imagine going to work at a job and you ask the job, so what is your turnover rate? What's your turnover percentage? Oh, our turnover percentage is 70%. Would you want to take a job that just told you that they have a turnover rate of 70%? They can only keep 30% of their staff. Are you going to go work for that place? The more I know about man and get older, the more I just to get more money, save money, and live my old days living life for me with gardens, food, good, and good friends, and no old man around. Girl, it's the life. It is. It's the life. I love it. Every good element of masculinity is just a unisex trait that men fist off for themselves to force women into dependency. Exactly. Women are acting like men. They're taking back humanity, taking back from them. Exactly. Exactly. I always like to say it's just reparations. That's really what it is. It's just straight up reparations. That's it. That's all.
God is calling all the men to rise up and take their rightful place back on the throne. Because we're living in a society today where the women were taking over all those years, man.
What years? Like I need to know the historical dates of when women were taking over. Like he is just, oh my gosh, he is literally grasping at the air to try to make a strong talking point.
The women were in control. The women had the better jobs. The women were the one that was initiating the divorce.
Is this the beginning? Yeah, it's playing over again. So yeah, it's playing over again. So that's it for that, Dusty. His video was long, so I knew this live stream wasn't going to be like as long, only about an hour, but come on. This is the delusion. This is the delusion that men have to feed themselves so they can feel powerful and so they can actually feel like they're doing something. Because at the end of the day, none of what he said was factual. None of what he said was true. Even what's down there isn't rising up anymore. Exactly. They're talking about, oh yeah, men gain value as they get older. Gain value? You can't even gain an erection. You can't even gain stamina to last more than 5 minutes in the bedroom. You can't even gain enough financial freedom to retire early or to retire your family early or to retire your girlfriend or wife early. Claiming to be a king without a kingdom. Exactly. Like I said, reporting from the pulpit of the passenger side pulpit. Being wanted feels better than being needed. It feels bad to have someone settle for you out of dependency. Men try and force women into needing them despite that because they know they're unwanted. 100%. Men know that they're not likable. They know this. This is the reason why they tell on themselves when they talk about the body count logic. Oh, well, if you sleep with a lot of men, your value goes down. But if we sleep with a lot of women, our value goes up. Okay, so that means that women have more value than men. We have positive value, men have negative value because men know how other men are. Men are admitting the fact that when you're dealing with multiple men, it's tainting you. It's tainting you because men are at a net negative already. Men are terrible people. And so men are pretty much saying, quit sleeping with these terrible people. Why do women talk like this? I'm pretty for sure that's what men say. I'm pretty for sure that men say, "Oh, women need a low body count." Why do we need a low body count? If your body count goes up higher, if your body count is better with women, in women's is worse with men, that means that men are tainted. Duh. Duh. If women lose value by engaging with men, they're telling on themselves that men negatively impact women. Exactly. Exactly. They think women are stupid because men are stupid. Men like to see here, men want to take everything at face value because men don't know how to be critical thinkers. Men don't know how to read in between the lines. And so, because they don't know how to read in between the lines, they think that women don't. This is why they're always telling women, it's not that deep. You're thinking too hard. You're reading into things too much. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. This is not how we should be thinking as women. Should be I don't know what you're saying, but it makes no sense. It literally makes zero sense. And then these are the men saying that they're the prize. So you're the prize. So you're the prize, but you're pretty much trying to use that same logic as to why we shouldn't sleep with you. So if you're the prize, why shouldn't we sleep with you? Makes no sense. We can't do the same as men. If we can figure out how to get more out of life and they are the leaders, what's keeping them from doing the same? Because they need us. That's really the biggest issue. Men are just really frustrated that they need us. Men are upset at the fact that they're drawn to a vagina. They're upset that they're drawn to the beauty of a woman, and they're upset that there's nothing about men, there's nothing about them that women are naturally drawn to. There isn't anything that a woman wakes up and is naturally drawn to that a man possesses. Men have to work to earn money. If a man is ugly and if a man has no money, he's going to get looked over his whole entire life, especially if he has no game, especially if he doesn't know how to manipulate women. He's going to be invisible his whole entire life. Men really resent the fact that they have to work extremely hard to be of value to women. Men and women want intimacy and companionship. Relationships need both parties to mutually agree to them. Women control access to relationships because men abuse them, so their standards are higher. And I always say that whole thing where men say women have access to sex and men have access to relationship. No, women have both. Women have access to both relationships and sex. Because even when it comes to marriage, you have to ask her to marry you. And she can say no. She doesn't have to say yes to marrying you. So she, at the end of the day, she has access to it. We can't give ourselves easily to men. Women also shouldn't approach men. This conversation is superficial. The dust has spoken. We see you and we're not dumb. I become asexual after listening to so many dusties. Listen, I'm telling you, men have just done a really good job. Men have done a really, really good job of turning women off. That kid is telling on himself, pretending he is a woman and busting his cover. The next line proving our point. Exactly. Exactly. I just be hollering because why are men like, imagine am a female. Exactly. That's how I know you're not a woman. No woman is gonna sit here and call herself female, especially not on this channel. Especially not on this channel. Men are stupid. Like honestly, men are stupid. This is the type of man. This is the type of man that cheats and then gets mad when he gets caught because he doesn't know how to fucking hide his dirt. That's the man that's cheating and he in his phone smiling, all happy in his phone, and you sitting right next to him. You ain't got no friend that make you smile like that. Your family don't make you sound like that. Haha, we don't call ourselves females unless we're male identified. Women making their own money should free men from the need to have a lot of money to be with a woman. It didn't because men keep proving they don't have anything else to offer. Exactly. Offer aside from it. Exactly. Exactly. Men refuse to make themselves likable. Men don't want to be likable. Men want to be needed. Men literally want to be settled for. Men literally want the world to be ending and for women to say, "Oh my god, the world is ending. I need a man. I need a man." Imagine how pitiful you have to be. Imagine how pitiful you have to be where you would want to be ran to as the last resort. Like imagine how pathetic you have to be as a human. Like that's weird. That's super super weird. Anything you can do, I can do better. I'm talking to you, Dusty. Their breath stinks. They don't even visit dentists in their whole life. And those are the same men that's like those are the same men that are like, I want to lick you, girl. I want to put my mouth all over you. I I want to make your toes, girl. I want to show you what I can do with this tongue. So that abscess can burst in your goddamn mouth while you're doing it and make me prone to an infection. No, thank you, sir. No, thank you, sir. Dust is in the air. Let me take the mask out. Cook, clean, watch children, birth the children, back rubs, pay the bills. I find it helpful to explain to men that even if he and a woman were the last two people alive, she might still choose to be alone over you. They're competing against her peace, not other men. Yeah, because men are always projecting. Because men always practice triangulation. So in order for men to have access to women, they have to triangulate. And so, in order for men to get chosen, they have to pit women against women. And so, women think that we do the same thing. Women don't do that. Women tend to not do that. Women don't really need to triangulate men against each other to have access to men. So there would never be a situation where we're also typically not afraid to be alone. So usually men always have a backup, right? When they're married, they already got the next person lined up for when the divorce is ready. Women tend to not do that. Women tend to take time alone. It's their tactics. Don't fall into their trap. Exactly. Exactly. Mhm. Yep. How desperate do you have to be to make a fake account just to get on a platform with all women? Like, is this the most attention that you're able to get from women? I'm assuming so. Especially exotic against regular looking women or light skin against dark skin. Yep. Black women are sick and tired of being strong. We're resting now. White women against black. Yeah, they like to do it by race, especially black men. They like to do it by race, and then depending on body type, they will do it based off of body type as well. I don't even let these MFers kiss me, girl. Because that's one thing about a lonely man. A lonely man will be thirsty to kiss you. Like, you won't even know him, and he'll be wanting to kiss you. It's like, oh my God, go seek help. Go seek help. And will be wanting to passionately kiss you on top of that. Like, ew. I'm realizing this is a woman's space, so I want to disclose I'm a man. Well, thank you for disclosing that you're a man. Because we do, I mean, I definitely the biggest thing is I just want it to be safe for women. So we don't let any like dusties be in here or anything. We don't mind a male opinion. You just can't come with all that crazy red pill rhetoric. Misogyny precedes racism and it always benefited XYs no matter their colors. Well, if you look at the history, misogyny was the blueprint for slavery. The only reason why there's as many women as there are is because you can't kill 50% of the population. Because how will capitalism be able to continue? So you can't do it to the mass amount like you did with racism, where you literally wiped out a large population of races. No, that they did slavery was through marriage. That's how they were able to oppress women. It was through marriage. So it was a more normative, way to enslave women as opposed to just them, because you need to have babies to make all these companies money. They just can't stand how powerful women are. Not then, not now. Exactly. Men are scared of women. Honestly, on a subconscious level, men are terrified of women. Back in the days, women were gods and worshipped, and then they brought religion to worship a male god. Exactly. That's how it all happened. That's how it all happened. I talked about it on the spiritual channel, but the book, When God Was a Woman, it talks about that in the book. Um, White women don't need BBL. They just need to be white, flat butt. But if she's a woman of color, she has to have a chocolate body. Have y'all noticed? But yeah, religion, this is the reason why I really wish women would get out the church. I really wish women would stop falling for the whole, I want a God-fearing man. I want a man that is religious. No, you do realize the religion that you want him to, especially Black women when it comes to Christianity, you do realize that you want a man to have the beliefs of you being oppressed. That's essentially what you're asking for when you want a man who is God fearing and you want a man who is highly religious. You want a man who agrees that you should be a servant, you should be oppressed, you should be treated like a second class citizen, you should be cheated on, you should be abused, you should be disrespected, and you should just stay there and still deal with it. Exactly. Men need religion. Women don't need religion. Imagine being creatures that are so terrible that someone has to write a book to tell you not to kill, not to steal, not like, come on. Like, imagine how evil you have to be as a species for a book to be written to tell you how to be a goddamn decent human being. Imagine being a species of people who are so evil and who are so terrible that laws have to be created to tell you, oh, in the United States, you can't marry a girl until she's 18. That there has to be an age of consent. Those laws were made because if there were no laws, men would be getting there. I mean, come on, there are countries where there are child brides. There are countries where men are R-wording babies, infants, children, toddlers. Men are evil. A lot of them are evil. If there were no laws to stop them, they would have no problem impregnating little girls, marrying children. In Sweden, they have a law to not schmex with farm animals. Exactly. Exactly. Imagine having a law having to tell people, having to tell men, oh, yeah, you can't partake in bestiality. You can't partake in any bestiality because that's the nature of a man. The nature of a man is carnal, sick, evil, selfish. It's just men have been conditioned really, really well to inhibit these things and think in the back of their mind, oh shit, there's consequences. This is why, oh well, I need to see how old you are. I need to see your ID. Yeah, they're attracted to you because they see the youth in you, the youth that they want to extract, the youth that they want to siphon, the youth that they want to drain. Some of our grandmothers were 12 married to 35-year-old men. I was bored, and so I don't know why, but I just Aretha Franklin came up on my feed, and I've always liked Aretha Franklin, and I had actually looked into Aretha Franklin's history. She had her first child at 15 years old. And like, just think, like Aretha Franklin, I mean, she died not too long ago, but just think Aretha Franklin really wasn't even that old. And she had her first child at 15 years old. That's crazy. You can't even be dead in peace without them trying to stick their, yep. Truth be told, if this world were ruled by women, we'd all have peace, happiness, and abundance. Because regardless to what they say about us, if we lead, we would provide for all. Listen, If men didn't exist, women would be way nicer to one another, like way nicer. Really, the only reason why women are mean to women is because of men. That's really the only reason why. The jealousy between women is based off of how men view them. It's based off of how men perceive them. Who gets better treatment from men? Who gets more attention from men? This is all the jealousy amongst women is because of men. If we eradicated men and got men out of the equation, it would be no issue amongst women at all. And I bet some will not consider turkey animal anymore after it's listen. Men are disgusting. Men are disgusting. In some US states, it's still allowed. Soft White Underbelly interviewed a former child bride adult. It's so sad. I think in the South, they allow it. I think in the South, a lot of those Southern red states, they do allow you to be a child bride and for you to get married really young. Yeah, because I watched Soft White Underbelly. I'm sure his stuff is copyrighted because I actually did see something that I wanted to I wanted to like cover, but his stuff is probably copyrighted. I read an article of a 65-year-old African man marrying a 9-year-old. Absolutely disgusting. That's just gross. That's just gross. But that just goes to show you how men, like energetically, they are very, very attached to youth to give them vitality. They are very, very attached to youth in order to give them vitality because men aren't connected to spirit. Men aren't connected to any entity of any higher power. That's why they had to create the Bible. And that's the reason why they had to create Jesus. If for Jesus to be a male figure, to artificially create a higher tie to the spirit. Naturally, they are not tied to any higher being or higher power naturally. That's why they have womb envy over women because they couldn't wrap their head around the fact that how the fuck are they able to create life? How the fuck are they able to give birth? Dusty been using expired lubricant and lotions for their pleasure. I tell the men that I meet I am a god in the flesh and they run. Yeah, men hate women that love themselves, that don't reduce themselves down, that don't like, water themselves down. Men hate that because men think that they're supposed to be a god and the only god. There is no room for women to be a god. There is no room for women to like themselves. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up off of here. I wasn't even supposed to live stream on here actually. I was actually gonna go out for St. Patrick's Day, but then my stomach was hurting, and so I didn't feel like it. And someone sent me some content. I was like, well, that's a good thing to cover. So I just went on ahead and decided to. I think I actually am. Depending on I think I'm actually going to live stream again tomorrow. I want to talk about the DDG Haley Bailey thing since people were asking me to do some reactions to like what's going on in pop culture. And I'm not for sure if you all are caught up on the DDG Haley Bailey situation. So I'm going to do a live stream about that tomorrow because it really is just I'm so tired of the baby daddies being stupid. But my lovely sovereign sisters, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Check me back tomorrow. And I hope you all have a wonderful Saturday. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.